ladies, welcome back to Somebody Come Listen to This podcast. This is your host, Nava. Come on in and hit that subscribe button and let's get this video started, y'all. Saving. Let's talk about it. Saving money, ladies. Let's talk about it. Okay, for y'all that don't know, I have been married for almost 19 years. I remember when I first got married, my mom told me, you need to have your own bank account. You need to have a separate bank account from his that he doesn't know about, always. And I did not listen to her. Like most women and young girls who are hard-headed, I didn't listen. I was like, why would I do that? I trust him. Like we're going to have one bank account and you know how we are when we don't know any better. I've only had my own account for like the past 2 years, I'd say, that I've been saving in. And he knows about it. And I did that because I would be shopping on Amazon and I would be spending quite a bit on Amazon. And he would say something about it. And I didn't like that. I didn't like him saying anything about what I spent on Amazon. So I went and got my own account. Like, it's simple as that. Like, I'm not about to work 40 hours a week and have somebody tell me how I could spend my money. I'm just not going to do it. So I separated our account. But I'm pretty sure it's a good thing that I separated my account anyway, because now I do believe, because I'm seeing so many stories from women who didn't have their own account and was like me when they were younger or when they first got married and wouldn't listen to somebody tell them to have their own account. You never know. It's too many women telling their stories about how their husbands left them for the mistress and cleared out the bank account before they even knew that he was gone with the mistress. All they know is that they tried to go grocery shopping. And he just cleared out the account, and come to find out he's in a different country with his 20-year-old mistress after he's been married for 25 years. You know, people who never thought that this would happen to them. People who had 5-6 kids. People who the husband didn't give any signs that they were cheating. Maybe they did, but women get so boggled down with like kids and household stuff that sometimes women don't even notice the signs. But usually they're signs. But y'all, it is so important in 2025 that women start listening to other women, because women are not just talking out the side of our necks. Women are trying to help you to be better than us and do better than us. Yes, he may love you, he may say he loves you, because I honestly don't think, I truly believe now that men are not capable of love. I see that. I see it. But yeah, you may think he loves you. Some women are going to listen to this and some women are not. But we're going to get into these videos of the other ladies telling y'all why they decided to have their own account and why you might consider doing the same thing. I'll be right back.
Never put yourself in a position where you are financially dependent on a man. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you've got 10 kids together. Always have your own money. Men, before you get angry, this is something that your sisters should do. This is something that your mothers should do. This is something that your kids should do. Always have a secret account on the side with your own funds. Hey, if your husband knows about it or not, it doesn't matter. But it's you protecting yourself at the end of the day, because you don't know if shit's going to hit the fan. You don't know at what point what's going to happen, and they're going to have to get up and pack your bags and leave. It's not a nice thought to think, oh, you know what, I'm going to need to save money just in case. But it's 2024 and there's crazy shit happening out there. So you should always have your own money on the side just to protect yourself.
I honestly do not believe that women should allow men to have 100% control of the finances, because the amount of times men will take this situation or take this opportunity to just financially abuse their partner is insane. The only reason why I say that is because I've seen situations where men will literally play their cards correctly to the point where they will use this as an opportunity to financially abuse their wife. Meaning, there's situations where women ask for a divorce in the marriage because either, husband was cheating, just overall not a good person, or, abusive to them, and they try to leave and they bring up the talk of divorce saying, I want a divorce, X, Y, and Z. All of a sudden, accounts drained. accounts drained, nothing. They can't use any of the finances to themselves because their husband had 100% control of the finances. So they're kind of stuck and they have no choice but to kind of be persuaded to stay in the marriage because they know if they leave, they will literally be homeless or broke and have nothing, no support whatsoever. Or in other situations where literally the husband decides to leave the wife, and since the prenup was, airtight, they literally get $0 and they're kicked to the curb with no house, no car, no nothing. Not even if it's really bad, no phone. Like, it's honestly insane. This is honestly why I believe a lot of the times that us women, we already know that men are capable of the craziest things. So having a personal account to yourself, even if you have to keep it a secret, do it. Having a personal account to yourself where you at least can every once in a while draft money into that account to save for a situation where you have to leave without letting that person know. Please, I'm telling you, you will thank me one day. Please don't let the rose-colored glasses fool you.
Financially, I don't care if you're married, make sure you have your own money and not all in a joint account. This goes for assets, this goes for grants in joint accounts and stuff like that. Always have your own money and your own backup plan because you never know who you're marrying. So many stories about women on this app or anywhere in general talking about how their husband stole all their money from the joint account for another woman. Don't let that be you. It's the stupidest thing you can do to put all your trust in one man. You know when a man's lying when he opens his mouth. It's not just about love and trust, okay? This is about being smart. Not smart if you don't have your own money. You are not smart if you don't have the means to live somewhere else if something happens. A lot of abuse starts financially, which is what I'm trying to say. Men will literally say to their wives, stay at home, I'll look after you. Then they'll start abusing them in the future. You never know. And then they'll be like, well, where are you going to go? You can't go anywhere. All of our money is together. What is their money? You might have their card. You can use their card for whatever you want. What if you want to run away? They will chase you to the ends of the earth because they can track you from using that card. Exactly where you withdrew money. They'll know exactly where you've gone. Be safe and be careful.
Baby girl, just saw a report about this young lady who was living with and dating this celebrity, and he broke up with her and put her out, and now she's living in the car. Baby girl, don't you ever give someone that type of power or will over you, that if the relationship don't work out, you don't have nothing. Always, my grandmother always told my cousins and my aunts and my mother, always put something up to the side. In case it don't work out, you won't be left with nothing. Never go so blindly into a relationship that you keep your blinders on and you don't have nothing. If you got to go, you got something to reach for and to hold on to.
Stories are all too common. That is, women who are getting a divorce and they have no money because they gave up their earnings power. So in this case, for this woman, very unfortunate, she's reaching out to this group in need of some advice. She says, I am going through a divorce and I have 3 kids. My kids' ages are 22, 11, 9. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 9 years. I feel lost, don't know what to do. I have no job, no education, and my husband told me he would rather step down from his job than pay me child support and alimony. He makes great money. He makes $15,000 a month. I want this to be an easy transition for the kids, but I don't see him making this easy for me. I registered for biology classes for fall semester. I am hoping to get into the nursing program. What do I do right now with no income? First off, this is the exact reason why I encourage all women, no matter what your aspirations are in life, to never give up your earnings power. I know being a stay-at-home mom is a personal choice, but this is the reason why I always encourage women to don't do that. Make yourself financially vulnerable and you're not doing your kids any favor if the time comes where the marriage ends up being like this. If I had kids with my ex, I would not put it past him to do something like this. He is spiteful enough to do something like this. Now, a lot of women are also like, oh, my husband will never do that. He's such an amazing man. We all say that because, we love them. Love is blind, but then you don't know what will happen until it happens. It's not like we're choosing to marry people that's gonna do this to us, right? Just don't know what could push people to their limits. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, you have to make sure that you keep a separate savings account for yourself. Alimony and child support should not be your financial plan. If you do end up in a situation where you do end up having to collect alimony and child support, that is a bonus. I hope this woman gets justice and gets the money that she deserves. Giving up your career, giving up your earnings power puts you in a financially vulnerable situation.
You can't afford to leave situations you don't like because you ain't got no money saved up. That's why I tell people all the time, bro, saving is important. Saving gives you a little bit of peace of mind, gives you a little bit of flexibility, gives you a little bit of freedom to go and explore and take advantage of different opportunities. It gives you options to say, you know what, I ain't feeling this. Let me go over here because you got something to fall back on. So many people live their life walking on eggshells and then living in worry and stress because they ain't got nothing to their name saved up. Saving is the financial foundation to becoming financially free, in my opinion. With that being said, I'm not saying that saving alone will help you become financially free or, getting rich and wealthy. Eventually, you're gonna have to save to invest, but having nothing saved up at all is just a recipe for disaster. Make a goal, save that first 1,000, save that first 2,500, 5,000, get that first 10,000 saved up. I guarantee you will be feeling different. Your confidence will be a lot different. You will feel confident in trying to achieve more or seek other opportunities. Right now, you can't afford to. Before 2024 ends, make it a goal. Get you a certain amount of money saved up, and I guarantee you, bro, you'll start to feel a lot different about the situation that you're in and the things that you want to do.
Ladies, do not open up a joint bank account with a man. Do not. Women have got to become better at pre-screening men for narcissistic personality disorder and or antisocial personality disorder. You need to know if what you're signing up for is potentially toxic, draining, and dangerous to you. Because this man, if he is a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, he will fuck your entire life up, including your finances. Do not open up a joint bank account. The number one agenda of a narcissistic man, be it he a sociopath, psychopath, they target successful women. I don't care. You don't have to have 6 figures. You can have 2 jobs, be totally independent. You don't need a man for shit. Or you could be an entrepreneur. You could be a teacher, a nurse, a lawyer, just doing you, girl. And you have everything. These narcissistic men love to target women that got it going on. Meanwhile, his life is fucked up. He's in and out of his mama's house, or he's still running back to that toxic baby mother, sleeping on her couch and fucking her, juggling women. But he prey on a good, successful woman because you're going to be like his financial plan. Okay, he's already setting up how he's going to, intercept and intervene and fuck up your life, get into your bank account so that you can support his addictions, his bad partying habits, and his side chicks and his secret boyfriend. See, these types of men always have drama. They have drama everywhere. They just keep it away from you until you catch them in the act. See, he may be online on multiple dating apps. He needs money, to pay for these subscriptions and his porn addiction. He needs subscriptions to stay online to watch, child porn and the trannies and stuff. Okay, sis? And he's going to be using your money. Oh, yeah, he needs money to pay off that child support. See, he has a baby by a woman in a whole nother city and state, and he didn't tell you about that when y'all were dating, okay? He has secret babies that you don't know about, and he needs your money, to pay that child support debt off. Not for nothing, too, you don't need to open up a joint bank account because if you find out this man is physically abusive and violent, aggressive in any type of way, and you and him are sharing funds in a bank account, it's going to be hard for you to take your money out if he's draining that account. You always need your own money, sis, if you have to pack up your shit and get on up out of there. Or if it's too dangerous to live in your own house because he's threatening you, you pack up and leave and you go get a hotel or a place to stay. Keep your money to yourself because these men will switch up on you in a hot minute.
Sharing a bank account with my husband was the hardest thing for me in the beginning of our marriage because I've never had to share my bank account with anyone. I always worked and I had my own money and my own account and I spent my money how I wanted to. Then we got married And then we decided to merge all of our accounts and our savings and bills, everything just one account. We both have access to them. So I'm in charge of paying all the bills and everything. But at first it was so awkward because I wasn't sure, like, even though we were both working and the money was going into one account, I was like, should I ask, like, if I can, like, spend money for my nails? But then I was like, I shouldn't have to ask because we're married, like, we're one now. So then it was kind of weird, like, at first, but now that we've been married for 3 years, it's completely normal. Of course, we talk about our purchases, big purchases. Obviously, we purchased this car, that was a big purchase, but as far as nails, haircuts, etc., like food, we don't really have to ask each other because it's both of our accounts. We both work and both of our money goes in there. And now it feels normal, but at first I was like, it was so hard for me. I would get stressed and I would get anxiety because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it doesn't feel like my money. It feels like our money, which it is our money, but it's just weird at first. But now we're
So it's women like this that probably wouldn't listen to you telling them that they need their own account because she thinks that they're good and she trusts him for now. But if anything ever happens where he finds somebody else or if they get a divorce, he's definitely going to get to that account before she does because she's so trusting of him. And this is what women do. So, yeah, don't be her. Don't be this lady. Just listen to your elders, listen to all of the women who have had to go through things before you, and you won't have to go through it.
I distinctly remember the day that I realized that my husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, was unsafe. I was staying at a friend's house that night, and I woke up in the morning, and he had left me $1.12 between our two accounts. I had asked him to put money into the account because he had overdrafted the accounts, and he only put just enough money in to take off the overdraft fee. And he left $1.12 in there, and our bills were due, and I did not have any money to pay the bills. At that time, I was on disability because my mental health was so bad that I could not work for a time. I wasn't on disability for very long. Like, I had literally just started. And so I didn't know how I was going to pay our bills. I called his mother. His mom was shocked, but, he is never held accountable for anything. But that was the day I was like, that's evil. It's evil what he did. No fight, no argument, no whatever should anyone, especially a spouse, leave their spouse with nothing to pay the bills. And it went on like this for months, to the point where he said he wasn't paying rent. And that was the beginning of me realizing I was in an abusive relationship and me beginning to understand what narcissism was.
I genuinely believe that as a woman, you should have your own money. Let's talk about it. I have seen so much being an esthetician with women, with friends, with family, with just being a woman, you get to relate to other women. And one thing that I could never really understand is when my friends or my clients or women that I talk to in conversation, cannot leave toxic situations, cannot leave toxic relationships, cannot leave toxic friendships, cannot leave toxic environments. And it truly has always been because there is a lack of something. A lack of financial security, a lack of personal security, a lack of stability, a lack of desire to be authentic. I'm aware of the economy that we live in. I'm aware of the world that we live in. But I think that the ability of just having your own money as a woman and the opportunities that it brings you and it shows you and it molds you into is just different than when you don't have your own money.
So I just want to say that even if you're married and you have a separate bank account that your spouse doesn't know about, they can get a lawyer and a lawyer can find that account and you will be obligated to split half of whatever you had earned separately from your spouse. It'll be considered community property because you earned it while you were married, and y'all have to like divide everything down the middle. So if you don't want this to happen, all I can say is you better be putting a little bit aside out of every account, just putting it aside outside of a bank account, or putting it in like a family member, your mom, your dad, sister, somebody that you trust, having them to hold it for you. Because if you have a bank account opened in your name, they will find it in a divorce if he wants an attorney to do that, or if she wants an attorney to do that, and you will have to split it, even though you had separate accounts.
The best leverage a woman can have in this fucking life is financial independence. I don't care how much money your dad has. I don't care how much money your boyfriend has. I don't care how much money your future husband has. How much money do you have? And if you don't have any, figure out a way to make it. Because if I know one thing is true, as a woman, you should always preserve your freedom of choice and your ability to get up and walk away from a situation that does not serve you. A situation that could lead to your demise. How much money do you have?
Let me say this. I'm misunderstood often, right? Because my message comes across as aggressive. It's not that I'm being aggressive. I'm just showing compassion, right? And this message is for the women who want to be taken care of. Don't you understand that if you are dealing with a man that is 100% taking care of everything, you lose things. For a lot of women that are with these highly successful men, do you know where they lack at? They lack with time, because this man is providing and trying to keep up that lifestyle that you are so accustomed to living with, right? But this is the second gag, right? When you depend on another human being to fund your whole lifestyle, God forbid something goes away that you don't like, you do not have the power or the financial status to leave, because you have nothing. In order to be grown, you have to have your own. Now, if you find somebody that is willing to take care of you 100%, that's fine. But all I'm trying to get you to understand is that you have to have your own bag. You have to be able to stand on your own too. Because once you're able to do that, people cannot treat you the way that they want to treat you. They have to treat you the way that you want to be treated. Get your own bag, have your own shit, own your own things, and then people have no choice but to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. No handouts. That's a bum, a beggar. I am True First.
Always have your own, because when you have your own, you are in control. You don't have to have nobody telling you what to do, where to go, or anything like that. When you have a man financing you, guess what you are? His employee. You are on his payroll. So when he tells you to jump, you better say how high. I understand there's a whole lot of messaging going around social media that's telling women, oh, you need to be with a man who can take care of you and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to challenge that and say you need to be with a man who is financially capable of holding it down in case anything happened with your money, and vice versa. However, you need to have your own, because when you have your own, it then allows a man to be able to step up and be in your corner in an equal way, where now he's not seeing you as a bill, he's seeing you as a partner. And I'm going to tell you this right now, when he sees you as a partner, that's going to allow for a long-term sustainable relationship. But when he sees you as a bill, baby, you're disposable, because there's many other women out there who he can spend money on, but who can he go to the next level with? Have your own so you can bring it together with his, and then you all can be a true power couple.
So I'm going to have to disagree with this man right here. I don't suggest women bring anything together with a man, as far as, you know, I know a lot of y'all don't mind. Y'all want to bring your money together with your man and build with your man. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I feel like that just makes everything more difficult, especially if I'm working and we have kids, and say he makes a significant amount more than you. I wouldn't suggest you bring your money to the table if he's making more than you, because it's not fair. Like, you as a woman, most of the time, a lot of women make less than men. So what sense would that make for you to be bringing anything and building with him? You wouldn't be able to save as much as you if you did that. And then you would still be like shit out of luck if anything happened, because you were still trying to build with him, knowing that you didn't make as much as him. No, I'm not going.
They did a study on 23,000 women and found single mothers spent less time on household chores and get more sleep than married women with kids. I studied exactly this in my undergrad. I wanted to know before I left my marriage whether or not single motherhood was going to be to my detriment and my kids' detriment. And what they found was that it was all money. If women found a way to be financially independent, then the kids didn't have an issue. They fared better. They were in a loving, stable home. Everything was okay. And the father could still be present, still have visitation. Or if they were already not involved, that just continued. Why do you think we see so many celebrity single moms where their kids are raised just fine and everybody is just happy? It comes down to the money. Think about it, ladies.
I designed marriage to be a oneness between a husband and a wife. So everything you do in your marriage either reinforce the oneness that God desires for you or enforce a separation between you and your spouse. One of the major ways you can reinforce oneness is by sharing a bank account. Too many married couples have separate bank accounts because they don't trust each other with money. However, God wants you to be one with your spouse. And oneness embodies trust. So if you can't trust your spouse with the money, there's a serious problem in your oneness. Healthy married couples doing it God's ways trust each other and can combine their money into one account, because coming together and spending money together from one account is a symbol of the unity in your marriage.
Ladies, religion was made to make women stupid. If you're in church, chances are you will believe this and you will listen to this. And all I can tell you is in 2025, if you're still listening to this, you're on your own. You're on your own. They tell you this to trap you. Yes, you can have a joint account if you want to, but you always, always, always need to have a separate account for you and for your kids. Always think about yourself and always think about your kids, because in the end, when things go left, he's going to think about himself. He's going to think about getting away from you and those kids and giving y'all as little as possible.
And took all the money out of your joint account. You never have a joint account, man. The heck? Sprinkle. That's why you don't do joint accounts unless you don't add no money to it. It's what I keep telling y'all women. Never have a joint account unless it's only deposit from him and not you. Never do it. Have your own account, because he will do it if he don't like what you're doing. You know what? You need to have several accounts, ma'am, so that you can do what you need to do whenever you need to. All you got to do is go to your attorney and file for spousal financial abuse. Call up your attorney. Hi, I need to file for spousal financial abuse or whatever. Yes, my husband took all the money. What do I do? Yes, you need to come serve him some papers or something. You've got the lawyers involved. He'll open it back up to you. See, knowledge is power. If you show him who you are, he won't try that mess again, because it's going to cost him money. Okay?
Advice I wish I knew in my early 20s. As a woman, always have your own money. Always, always, always. I was in a very, very long-term relationship. I think it lasted, something from like 8 to 10 years. And I was well taken care of. Bills were paid, car was paid. I didn't have to worry about a damn thing. But when I got out of that relationship, I didn't have a fucking dime to my fucking name, because I was just living life and I wasn't saving and I wasn't worried about anything, because I thought that would never end. I didn't have a dime to my name. I don't think it was until I was 27 I started saving up money, and I had like $5,000 at 27. After everything, I could have kept his money and like saved it off to the side, but I was just living life. I was just in the moment. And that's great and all, and if somebody's taking care of you and you're in your early 20s, that's fine, enjoy it, but still on the side, make your own money. Or if you're just getting money from this man, save some of it. Just have your own. Save something for a rainy day. You just quite literally never know. Like, as much as you think you could be possibly locked in with a person, life happens. Shit happens, and you just always want to be prepared. Not everything is always going to be fucking rainbows and fucking butterflies. So take care of you, save up for a rainy day, and always, always as a woman, have your own fucking money.
So for those who are going to take heed and listen to this video, I'm proud of you. It's the first step to your independence. Even when you're married, you still need to have some independence. Men always maintain their independence when they're married. Whether they have money or not, they're going to be independent from you. You're not going to tell them what to do. You're not going to have total access of their money like they have, access to your money, of all your money. You're just not. They're going to think about their money first if anything happens. If you make them feel any kind of way, they're not going to think about their kids. They're not going to think about you. They're going to think about their money, because I told you they're selfish. So I told you in 2025, you need to get selfish, and practice self-preservation. This is self-preservation. This is not saying you might trust your husband. That's fine and dandy. You can still have your own bank account and trust your husband. You can. You're going to be better off in the long run, but it's better safe than sorry. Y'all know, y'all have heard that forever. It's always better to be safe than sorry. And just get selfish this year. For those who are not going to have their own bank accounts and just refuse, then my videos are probably not for you, because my videos are for women who want to think logically in 2025. My videos are for women who want to practice self-preservation. Like I said, my video is for women who actually care about their kids, because if he does decide to leave, or if he does die, or if anything he decides to do, it's going to be you with the kids begging the state, begging the government, begging your husband, begging your family to help you. It always ends up on the woman. This is why a lot of women are choosing to be child free, because no matter what happens, most of the time, the majority of the time, the financial, everything financial is going to end up on you. Everything. So the dad, you're going to have to chase him down for child support. Even if he's a good dad right now, you might think he's a good dad, whatever that means to you. You're going to have to chase him down, and not having any money is just going to be added stress onto you if you do find out that he's cheating, or that he's leaving you, or if you do decide you want to divorce him because you found out that he was cheating. I'm using cheating as an example because this is a lot of women's story. It's a lot of other things that happen that you may need finances, but that's a lot of women's story. Women stay for years and years and years before they decide to leave, and then when they decide to leave, they don't think about, oh shit, I don't have any money. I don't have enough money to survive. When you decide to leave is not the time to think about that. And plus, you need to be putting money aside for your retirement anyway. So you could just be working on your retirement and your own little personal nest egg anyway. If y'all want to stop seeing these cycles of women being hurt by just not having finances, we need to do something different. The definition of insanity is what? Y'all know the definition. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Some things you do actually have to change up and do differently and better. And I pray that any mother out there of girls, that y'all are teaching them this at an early age, like 14, 15. Don't wait until they get married and try to tell them. You tell them your story. Start telling your girls the truth about your relationships with men and what's going on with these men in your relationships. Don't try to hide it and make it seem like everything was just all good and he's a good guy. That's another thing. Women like to protect men and like to shield their image. Like, even when they hurt you, women will like protect their image and not tell the kids about what he actually did to them, because they want him to look like the good guy. And that always backfires on the women, because the kids grow up and they blame you for their dad not being there. They blame you for you leaving their dad after he put you through hell, but they don't know, and that's your fault. Women do the same thing with their family. They want to shield their husband's image, and they will get online and post happy pictures and they just want everybody to think that they had a good relationship. We see it with a lot of women celebrities. Papoose and Remy Ma, Halle Bailey or whatever her name is, and DVD. And just a whole bunch of celebrity women who just shield the images of their men because they want them to look good. Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert or whatever his name is. So we need to do better. This is only, what is this, y'all? January 7th, I think. So we got a whole year to do better than what we did last year, what we did the year before. Share these videos. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me, please. My channel grew really slowly last year because YouTube was playing with my numbers, but this year I'm praying that they will leave me alone. I'm praying. I have a feeling they won't. I have a feeling as soon as Trump gets inaugurated, they are going to start censoring us more. But please share these videos, hit that like button, and get down in the comments and comment. That helps our channels to get into the algorithms. And I thank you for watching this far, and I will talk to you ladies next time. Bye.